Let's see if it pops up on the TV over there. Scotty McNeil, what is going on, my brother? And look at that. Just like that, it is popped up on the television. Y'all probably saw me sitting here with my tongue hanging out of my mouth for a second. But I was just making sure, everything was good to go. I see Scott McNeil in the chat. What is going on, Scott? That is my boy. Y'all already know. I see Terry in there. What's going on, Gene and Terry? Cruising for food. Wanda. Listen, girl, that conversation last night, I'm telling you, you the baby mama of the hot tub baby, that's for sure. Terry says pineapple. Do you see the pineapple magnets behind me? One's upside down and one's straight up. So it's your thought on what you think they mean. My kid was playing with them when I pulled the magnet board out here. So listen, earlier I went live. I thought I put it on unlisted. It clearly was not on unlisted because there was other people that hopped in there other than Scott and Chuck, who I sent the link to. And I was like, oh, well, I might as well talk to everybody while I'm here. So I went live for like 8 minutes. After it was over, I moved it to unlisted. We didn't want to leave it on there. But what's going on, everybody? What is up? If y'all know, it's Tuesday. It's 9 o'clock here on the East Coast. And I stole someone's time slot. I didn't really steal it. So let's not say I stole someone's time slot. I slid in when I heard the news that someone was going to go a little sooner. And I was like, you know what? Hey, listen, people are going to want to see somebody, or they're going to be like, what's up, man? YouTube is usually what we do. And Tony's not live. So what are we going to do? So I was like, you know what? Let me slide into Tony's spot. But I'm here now. So y'all get to look at me. And listen, I live right around the corner from Tony. So I mean, it's kind of like we're the same, you know what I mean? Yeah, hashtag stole it. So what's going on with everybody? Let me say what's up to everybody first off. You got Cameron Hawkins in here. What's up, Cam? That's my brother from another mother. Florida Cruisers, what is going on? What's everybody doing on this Tuesday night? Now, I know what we usually do, but what's everybody doing tonight? And if you looked at the thumbnail, it says Vloggers Extravaganza Recap and what is my next cruise? So we're going to get into talking about that Vloggers Extravaganza. It's definitely weighing on my mind, and it's weighing on my heart. I absolutely have to talk about that cruise. It was a great cruise. It was an awesome cruise. Don't get me wrong. There were some things I loved. There were some things I didn't like, and it was my first time with Norwegian, and some things definitely left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth at the end of that trip. But it was a great cruise all around. Not a bad cruise at all. What's going on, See Me Traveling? That's Kurt and Marcia. Man, I got a story about Kurt and Marcia for y'all. Tess Almond, what's going on, Tess? How are you doing tonight? So Kurt and Marcia came and paid me a visit last week. And man, when I left that visit, I tell you what, I was a different person from the time we left that restaurant until the time I got home. I was feeling a little good when we left that restaurant. Steven, Lisa, what is going on? What's going on? I appreciate that, man. My reviews are always going to be honest. I'm not a bakery. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I want to tell everybody how it is. And I've been cruising since I was a kid. So unlike a lot of people who got into cruising later on in life, my family blessed me at a young age by taking me on cruises. So I know like certain things to look for and certain things not to look for. I'm going to be honest from the gate. If I don't like something, I'm going to tell you I don't like it. And that's just the way it's going to be. Honesty is the best policy, right? So in order to remain honest to myself and loyal to everything that I like, I got to be honest when it comes to certain reviews or certain things of a ship. Now, I'm not disappointed with the breakaway. I loved that cruise. I like Norwegian. I had a great time on that cruise. Granted, there was 900 plus other people that I was excited to meet, but some things were just not what they should have been. First off, Watergate 2022, 2023, that was a problem from the beginning. No one got the water like they were supposed to. And, you know, that was a whole problem within itself. As for some of the food could have been better. I heard from past people that were on there that the chicken wings were a lot better prior. They were fried, now they're baked. My biggest thing is the layout. Like Norwegian, what is up with the layout of that ship? Day one, it took me 25 minutes to find my cabin. I was not a happy camper on day one. I was up and down every hallway, back exits. I thought I was in the crew quarters at one point in time, so I was not happy at all about the layout. But not only that, like the smoking sections for people that smoke, deck 15, you had everybody in a cage like they were in prison. You had enough room for 10, 15 people. That was it. There wasn't no room for anybody else to get up in the cage. So it's certain things like that that make me question things with Norwegian. My little one's up out of bed. What's the problem, man? The dog left him. The dog left him, so now he's upset and he's crying. Man, I wish I had little worries like that in life. Yeah, lots of dead ends, lots of hidden hallways, lots of things that it just made you question a lot of things. I like getting on a ship where the layout is simple, it's easy to navigate. I can get from point A to point B in seconds, even if it takes minutes. But that layout of that ship, it was just all over the place. It took me a half hour to find the shops. Like I went down to deck 8, then I went to 7, I went to 6. I couldn't find it, couldn't figure out where it was. It wasn't until I went to dinner at Blue Ocean or Ocean Blue, whatever the seafood restaurant is over there, that I realized where the shops were. It took me that long to figure out where the shops were. Carla McClendon, how are you doing tonight? How are you tonight? I can't wait to see you real soon. I'm going to be over there in Port Canaveral real soon. Don't you worry. But it's the things like that that I didn't enjoy. Did not enjoy. Wanda, even with looking at the maps were sometimes confusing. Everyone was telling me to follow the fish. Listen, that's a great theory, and it's awesome. That's the one cool thing they have about it is follow the fish. But I was in an inside cabin. I was in an inside cabin. So everything was like in the center of the ship. It was just not great for my first experience following things like that. Now, is it going to stop me from going on Norwegian? No, not at all. I mean, they did treat me right. They gave me a $250 future cruise deposit, and I didn't pay for it. So, I mean, they did me right. You know, when you go and you do a few things in the casino, they definitely look you out for certain things. That's for sure. So I'll definitely be doing Norwegian again. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if it'll be the bigger ships. I really like the smaller ships. Now, I love the XL class with Carnival, the Celebration, the Mardi Gras, the soon-to-be Jubilee. I absolutely love that. But I've been on the Paradise, which is Carnival's one of their oldest and smallest ships that they have. And I absolutely love the layout of the ship. It's so simple. It's so easy. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I like smaller ships or I like bigger ships. But even with the XL class ships, it was easy for me to get around on. Super, super simple. And I didn't have no worries. What's going on, Riley Creative Travel? My boy Blaine over there. Cruise Nuts. Look at that. All the people I usually see in the morning when I'm on Kurt and Marsha's live is up in here. Thank you for your support. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all y'all. And I'm telling you now, if the lives continue to generate the way they are, I will go live every single Tuesday. I'll go live every single Tuesday. I have no problem going live. Like right now, we're set up in my kitchen. This is my kitchen. Dining room. Yeah, dining room. That's where we're at. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate you. I'm in my dining room. Don't tell nobody I told you that, but I'm in my dining room. Yeah, Carnival Paradise. So Kurt and Marsha just got off the Carnival Paradise. They had a great time, and it was super, super easy to navigate. It's one of the smaller ships, and the one thing I didn't like when I was on the Paradise, I had an aft balcony both times I was on the Paradise. The only thing I didn't like is there was no couch in the aft balcony. That's the one thing I didn't like. So Steve and Lisa, you're on the Celebration this Sunday. Can't wait. It's an awesome ship. I absolutely love the Celebration. One of my favorite ships I've sailed on. It's very similar to the Mardi Gras, but there are so many things that are different on the Celebration that aren't on the Mardi Gras. My favorite spot on the Celebration is right outside Emerald's. It's called the Thruway. The Gateway. Right inside the Gateway, they have such amazing, awesome tables that you can sit down, have a conversation, have a drink, have a quick little bite with friends, family, whatever it may be. But they did so I love that ship. I just absolutely love it, and I can't wait to get back on it. Yeah, Kurt and Marsha, y'all do the lives in your dining room. That's where I got this idea from. I took the mirror down. I threw up my magnet board. That's where I got this idea from, too. Y'all decorate your fridge. I figured, hey, I'll throw up the magnet board. And look, I got my Christmas card from Kurt and Marsha right there on the magnet board. So, yeah, I mean, inspiration. Inspiration. So now, let's talk about my next cruise. What's my next cruise? I keep getting people asking me, what's the next trip? When's your next cruise? Well, the next cruise is in April. That's the next cruise. It's April 9th. It's a 4-day on the Carnival celebration. No, it's not. I lied. Look at that. Look at that. It's a 4-day on the Carnival Pride out of Tampa, and it goes to Cozumel. That is going to be the second annual Boats and Bros cruise. April 9th. It leaves Easter Sunday. It's a little 4-day. But then me and my boy Scotty McNeil are going to stay on, do it back-to-back, and we're going to transatlantic from Tampa to Barcelona, Spain on the 13-day. And it's going to be an awesome time. Like, if you've never been on a transatlantic, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you have to book one of them, because one of my favorite things on cruising is sea days. And that gives you 8 of them right up front. Or if you're coming from Europe, it gives you 8 of them on the back end. It's going to be a great time. Now, I do have some other stuff planned after that. I got some epic trips planned for after that as well. But I'm looking forward to them cruises in April right now. Boats and Bros. And then that nice little transatlantic. The Vloggers cruise introduced you to the Nauti cruiser. Well, Robin, I am so glad you were on the Vloggers cruise and you were introduced to me. That makes me feel special, and I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all y'all being here. Let me just tell you that right now, because YouTube has been a great opportunity for me. I've met so many great people within this community. I've met so many great people in this space. On Sunday, I went out to Disney Springs and I hung out with the one and only, the rooster over there in Disney Springs. And if it wasn't for this community, I probably would have never done that. If it wasn't for this community, I wouldn't know Tony and Jenny. So it's been an absolute blessing to be part of this community. And it might not seem like a lot with the likes or the comments on the videos or y'all watching the videos, but it's absolutely amazing to see that somebody enjoys watching the content that I'm putting out. So I just want to tell y'all I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But yeah, they sound like epic trips, right? Like they're going to be some awesome trips. I've been to Spain before, but I've never been to the ports that we're going to, and I've never been to Barcelona. So that's what I'm looking for. Wanda, you know who I am. You know who I am, Wanda. Yeah, you probably did, Blaine. You probably met me through Lolita Loca. Actually, I can remember the first time we actually had an encounter, Blaine. I was actually on the Carnival Paradise, and I was live for a sail away. And you were in my live chat, and you asked me to take a picture of the Dole pineapple container as I was passing by. And I took that picture with my son's phone. I still have it on his phone, and I've never sent you that picture. So if y'all want pictures and you ask me to take pictures, you got to get on me to make sure I send it to you, because I'm pretty horrible at sending pictures. I'm just going to say it. I'm horrible at sending pictures. Blaine asked for that picture back in August. Here it is, February. He still hasn't gotten that picture yet. So, Marsha, these pineapples right here are compliments of Mike Clock from Clock Family Adventures. The one that tried blaming me and Eddie Lugo Studios on the Vloggers Extravaganza of putting pineapples on people's doors. I have incriminating evidence on my phone that Mike Clock sent me. I'd show it, but I'm going live from my phone right now because Apple's got this awesome new technology. But not only that, it's got some cuss words in it. So we're gonna have to talk one day, and I'll have to send you that video that he sent me on Instagram. incriminating himself. Yeah, he does try to be innocent. Mike's a great guy. No shots fired. He's a great dude. But, I mean, if you're going to hand the cop the smoking gun, you might as well go down swinging, right? My most memorable cruise itinerary so far has to be the Carnival celebration. I have memories of when I took my son on his first cruise and my youngest on his cruise and my daughter on her first cruise. But my most memorable itinerary has to be the Carnival celebration transatlantic I did. It stopped in Vigo, Spain, La Coruña, Spain, Madeira, Tenerife. The ports that it went to, the sites that you would see. I was sitting cliffside in Madeira, 200, 300 feet above the seawater, just drinking espresso, watching the birds and the boats and the people down below sunbathe. It was just an absolutely majestic moment. That's it. He's a great guy, but he's got to be truthful. That's it. Mike Clock, if you're watching the replay, you got to be honest, bro. Don't lie to people. But yeah, that would be my most memorable itinerary to date. Now, like I said, I have some great itineraries coming up, and I have some great ideas on ports that I want to go to. So I'm looking at doing a cruise. I don't even know if I should be saying this or not, but I'm looking to do a cruise next year. Carnival put out this epic itinerary, 31-day itinerary. So if you know what that itinerary is, then you know what cruise I'm talking about. It touches on 2-3 different continents, Japan, Australia, Alaska. It's just going to be an epic trip. If I can make that happen and make that work, I will absolutely hands down take that trip. But I was looking at an itinerary out of Dubai on MSC, and for a balcony with onboard credit, gratuities, and drinks throughout the whole ship, it was less than $600 a person in a balcony. So yeah, you might spend a little bit more flying over there and getting on that ship or whatever in Dubai, but the amount that it's going to cost you in the long run, it's just going to be, an epic vacation or an epic trip or an epic vlog shot. Like when you look at the American-based YouTube, you don't see a lot of those trips up on YouTube. So I'm trying to channel my thoughts through better epic destinations. Marsha, I will gladly take Kurt with me for 31 days, but I don't think you would be able to be without Kurt for 31 days, to be honest. What's going on, Doug? Hopefully you and Heather are doing great tonight. Look at that. I got people fighting over the spots. Scott, you better claim your steak right now, bro. People are fighting over your spots. You got Blaine saying I need to take him with me. I don't think Mallory would allow that. Allen Family Adventures in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, Blaine, I don't think Mallory would allow that. She hasn't met me yet. And for Scott to go with me, I had to go meet his dad, and his dad had to approve. No, I'm just kidding. But they are the next trips. That's what I have planned next. Now, who knows? Something may come up in between then. I may be able to hit a quick little destination vacation or a quick little cruise. Don't know. You never know. Yeah, Tess, I get them same offers. It's absolutely amazing some of the offers I get for Australia. Like I have one now where it's like Elite Australia, $1,500 Australian in free play, free drinks throughout, all this bonus stuff. And it's just ridiculously expensive on how much it costs to fly over to Australia. Like you're talking the cheapest round trip to get to Australia from where I live is over $5,000. Like that's a lot of money. And for someone like me who wants to do more traveling, more cruise content, I'd rather be able to take 4 or 5 trips with that $5,000 than one trip with just one flight with that $5,000. That's my whole struggle with Disney. Like I'm a big Disney freak, but I can't see spending $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 on a 5-day cruise. I can't put my mind to putting that money out there for that. What's going on, Moonlight Adventures? My boy Josh. Hashtag besties. I think Josh is going to claim it, Kurt and Marsha. Just saying. Y'all better jump on it. Wall Jones in the house. Terry, yeah, that would be a great cruise for me to be able to jump on. Scott brought it up to me the other day. I started looking into it. And, I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad itinerary. And the offer I have for it totals it out to be, I think it was like less than $1,000 for 2 people in an ocean suite. So I can't really argue with that. Yeah, Blaine. Yeah, I do like pineapples. I might like sharing. No, man. We don't roll that way. Me and Scott are together. That's it. It's me and Scott. We don't share. Yeah, Blaine, are you on the booze cruise in October? Ask Elijah. Yeah, Kurt and Marsha, they are the besties. I mean, listen, y'all got first place. You're the only ones that have came down and went out to dinner with me so far. So I got to give y'all first place. Look at Wanda. She bringing out the Dice Clay. She gonna start giving you the nursery rhymes like Andrew Dice Clay does. Oh, Josh with the hey bestie Marsha. What's Kurt? Chopped liver? You just think Kurt's just chopped liver over here? Kurt, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I thought it was bro code. Looks like Kurt got stuck out to the curb like yesterday's garbage. No, so for those of you that were on the Vloggers Extravaganza, what were some of the best things that some of the things you enjoyed the most? Now, if y'all been paying attention, word of a 2.0 is going to be in the works. They don't know when, they don't know who's doing it, but unfortunately Sharon at Sea and Lalita Loca are not going to be taking part. However, I'm here to tell you, I'm claiming stake. Like I'm going to be part of that. Now, will I be a part of it as big as they were? Who knows? But I would love to be included in that. I would like to be on the 2.0. I've never done my own group cruises. Now, we got boats and bros, so yeah, you can say they're my own group cruises, but that's just me and my boys getting on a cruise ship for a couple days. So I definitely want to be at 2.0 whenever that happens. That's for sure. But I don't know if I would do it if it was on Norwegian. Yeah, thanks for being here. Look, the Vloggers Extravaganza introduced me to a lot of people, and I'm so happy for that. I'm right there, y'all. Like, if y'all want to talk about analytics for a second, I am literally right there on the cusp of being monetized. I'm a little over 100 subscribers away. I'm a little over 100 watch hours away. I've done everything natural. I've put out videos when I can, and I went live on the breakaway once, and I was like, all right, well, we can start going live now. So, Gloria, I am so thankful you're here, and I appreciate you coming to say hi. Stick around, because I'm going to be here a while. Looking for 2.0, but not on NCO. Odyssey would be nice. I think that class of ship would be better for the amount of people that were on the breakaway, that's for sure. Allen Family Adventures is so close to 1K. Listen, there's a lot of us that are right there. So the Uber cruisers in the house, what's going on, Ian? I'm sorry to hear that you had to go back to Australia and you can't make it on the Prima. I wish you a safe recovery, man, and I hope everything is going well. So bless you, brother. I can't wait to see you again. Now, like I was saying, if you find yourself drawn to some of these people in the chats, there's a lot of people in the chat right now that got channels. Please go check them out. Give them a like, give them a sub, watch some of their content. If they're for you, throw them in your subscription list if you got some room. As for me, I'm the naughty guy. Everyone knows me as the naughty man. They think it's because of the pineapples. Nope, it's a play on words. Naughty, nautical, cruiser. I cruise a lot. It's got nothing to do with the pineapples. I just like the pineapple. It's a sign of welcome. It's a sign of happiness. It's a sign of peace, hospitality, that type of thing. It just may have gotten a little out of hand at one point in time. But Check it out. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, and y'all know what to do. Stay naughty. Terry, thanks for hopping in. I appreciate y'all for coming in, and I will see y'all next week. As long as the time stay the same, I will go live the same time next week. If not, always check Instagram or Facebook. That'll be better off to tell you. And I got to change this chair out. You hear this? It creaks with every little... Howie Cruz in the house. Take back the pineapple. That's right. Take back the pineapple. Like, that's it. Like, I mean, I put them back up here. I could have put them both up like this, but I didn't. I literally put one upside down. But it's all in fun. It's all in good fun. What did you miss, Howie Cruz? You didn't miss my beautiful face. I'm right here. I'm right here. New Jersey natives. Should I get started? Listen, I was at work and I had to take a little break from my northern folks. Okay? This is for my northern folks. Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York. Do y'all put green peppers on a cheesesteak? I was at work and they handed me a menu and they were like, oh, check out this place. I was like, I'll never eat from here. They put green peppers on a cheesesteak. I'm a Philly boy. I was born and raised in Philly, moved to South Jersey when I was younger. Yep, hashtag NJNV. That's right, Wanda. And I can't see putting green peppers on my cheesesteak. It's just, that's not how we do it. That's not how we do it. Yeah, so I love smaller ships. Like, smaller ships are my go-to. I like the smaller ships because you can get into certain ports. Like, out of Tampa, we have the Pride and we have the Paradise. The reason we have those ships is because the bigger ships can't get under the Skyway Bridge. So just being able to go and get under the Skyway Bridge, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty epic cruise in itself, just being able to sail out under that bridge. Certain ports like the Keys are starting to, well, they were limiting the amount of passengers that they can take for a day on a ship, so they start limiting certain size of ships going into certain places. So it's tough. If I had to choose, I would take a smaller ship. I would prefer the smaller ship. I have never been on an Oasis-sized ship. I plan on it, but I've never experienced it. So I can't say for sure, like, these 8,000 passenger ships aren't for me, but I can tell you from all the cruises I've been on, I'd rather take a smaller ship. Doug, I will not be on their Halloween cruise. I will be on the Booze cruise out of New Orleans on the Carnival Glory on their Halloween group cruise. No peppers. That's right. No peppers. What did Blaine say? Boy, let me tell you what, Blaine. We can throw down, bro. If you wanna throw down, we can throw down. We can throw down. I tell you, I may be from up north, but I cook a mean sausage, gravy, and biscuits, boy. No green peppers on a cheesesteak. That's it. It's settled. Majority wins. No green peppers on a cheesesteak. It's cheese, steak, onions. If you want onions. Where I come from, you order it like this. A whiz wit. A whiz without. No bell peppers. No green peppers. Mushrooms are okay. Mushrooms like the added bonus. When you get like a pepperoni pizza, I want a cheese pizza with pepperoni, or I want a cheese pizza with mushrooms. That's a little different. But just to walk into a restaurant and their menu say a Philly cheesesteak and the ingredients list green peppers, nah, I can't eat there. A long time ago, I was coming down to Florida when I still lived up in Jersey. This is a true story. I was coming down to Florida. I stopped in North Carolina at a place called Jersey Mike's. They cut my hoagie roll in half. When they did that, I asked them to stop, and I turned around and I walked out the store. You don't cut the roll in half. You hinge the roll. I won't eat from there either. Not unless you get the unwich. The unwich is okay. So for my keto folks that want cheese or want hoagies, the unwich, that's on point. Yeah, Chicago dogs, no ketchup. You know, it's certain things. And when you grow up doing certain things, like how we cruised from up north, y'all probably grew up calling pork roll Tyler ham. I grew up calling it pork roll. Case was not a thing. You didn't eat case unless you were, you know, a couple pennies short for a Happy Meal. That's when you ate case. But it's always Tyler ham. That's the brand. And what you're buying is pork roll. We're not going to have this debate here. I don't want to get Wanda all worked up. And there she goes already with the comment, Tyler ham. It's the company that makes it is Tyler ham. The product, pork roll. Problem solved, Wanda. Problem solved. Cameron, come with us on the Glory. Cameron will be on the Glory. He is going on the booze cruise. So far, I think I got Cameron, Scott, Layla, Matt, Slinky. I think there's 6 of us so far going on the booze cruise. It's pork roll. That's yes. And wait a minute. Isn't today your birthday? Isn't today your birthday? I think it is. I think it's your birthday. So Brian should not argue with you on your birthday. He should just be like, yeah, it's pork roll. Yeah, listen, look, I'm going to show you something. My dad was in his area watching my live, Wanda, and this one's for you. Tyler ham pork roll. It's pork roll. It's not Tyler ham. Tyler ham is the brand. Pork roll is the product. It was made by a guy named John Taylor's original Taylor pork roll. Debate's over. That's it. It's over. 100% it's over. Now, it's a big thing. Like in my house, it's hard because my dad likes certain products and I like certain products. Like where we come from in Philly, Scrapple's a big thing. So it's just like the pork roll debate. Scrapple's a real big thing over in Philly. If you're from Philly, you'll know about it. They got Habersats and they got Hatfield. Which one's better? Rap-a-Scrapple or Habersats? My dad loved Rap-a-Scrapple. My grandfather wouldn't eat it. He only had to have Habersats. The great debate will always continue. But the pork roll debate was put here to rest on the Nauti Cruiser. We put it to rest. Team Mike. That's it. 100% Team Mike. If y'all have never had pork roll, y'all have to find a way to get this product, because I'm telling you now, a pork roll, egg, and cheese on a nice Kaiser roll will change your breakfast life. And it doesn't even have to be breakfast. You can have it for lunch. You can have it for dinner. You can have pork roll, egg, and cheese on a plate. You have to figure out a way to get pork roll. Marsha, next time you're down here in Florida, if you don't have it, we have it because there's a lot of Northerners that live down here. I will literally get you some pork roll and make you a pork roll, egg, and cheese on a Kaiser roll. It's going to be game changing. It's one of my, listen, I'm my first live and I'm home and I'm giving y'all all this. This is why I tell people I'm fat. I'm fat because I eat good food. I'm not fat because I eat a lot. I'm fat because I eat good food. Pork roll, egg, and cheese is one of those foods that will make me fat. And it's one of those foods that no matter how much I try to eat healthy or stay on a diet, I will always fall back on pork roll. Pork roll, Scrapple, and chip beef. They're the 3 things. They're my kryptonites. Chip beef, that's one of my favorites. Yep, a porky and chunky guy does nothing but roll. You're absolutely right, Blaine. Gravy or sausage or sauce. Oh, yeah, sausage. Wanda said I could read earlier, but I couldn't right there. Gravy or sauce. It depends. That's another thing. It depends. If you're from up north, But they might say, where I'm from, South Jersey, it's gravy. It's gravy. The old Italian ladies called it gravy. So, always ate gravy. You ever make chocolate gravy? Chocolate gravy. Nah, I made chocolate sauce though. Preferred sliced cheese over whiz on the Philly. Don't get me wrong. For me, it tastes better. John's Bar and Grill, which is closed now. So when I make them at home, it's always made with American cheese. But if you're eating at like Pat's, Tony Luke's, Geno's, you know, usually you go with the whiz. It's not bad. But I usually use white American cheese for my cheesesteaks. Comfort food is your friend. You try to take my comfort food, you'll lose a hand. Listen, I love the TV show Friends. That's my favorite TV show, and one of my favorite episodes is the part where Joey goes out on a date and she tries to take some fries off of his plate and he gets really upset. Joey doesn't share food. That's the same with me. I love my kids. I really don't want to share my food. I really don't want to share food. Like, if we go out to eat somewhere and I tell you to order what you want and you order a salad, but yet you want to reach over and grab a handful of fries off my plate. No, I gave you the opportunity to order whatever you wanted. Just don't touch my food. Kurt's family makes chocolate gravy. I only have one moderator, Blaine. It's my boy Scott, and him and Wanda are like best friends. So I don't think he's going to time her out. Scott, you better leave Wanda alone. There's nothing wrong. Blaine, what's wrong with Wanda? Why are you afraid of Wanda? Sauce on that one. And Wanda is agreeing it's gravy. Like, I got Wanda with Team Mike on the gravy, and I got everyone else Team Mike on the pork roll. So, I mean, I guess we're just going to have to agree to disagree at that point. Cameron's comments don't count. He lives in Kansas. They don't even know what sauce, gravy, or pork roll is over there. They just know that Toto's no longer there. So, but anyway, we got less than 50-some days until I'm on my next cruise. Now, here's where I got to question a lot. Do I take one checked bag, or do I take one checked bag and a carry-on bag? Now, here's the funny thing. We're on the Pride for the 4-day, and then we're on the Pride for the transatlantic. I'm literally moving 2 doors down from my first cabin. Like, I'm in 6109, and I'm moving to 6107. So 46 days. Okay, 46 days. Hey, Layla, what's going on, girl? So 46 days until the next cruise. So I'm stuck with trying to figure out if I need to take a checked bag and a carry-on, or one checked bag, or even try to do the whole trip in a carry-on. Now, that would be great. However, the flights are booked, and I get a checked bag, a personal item, and a carry-on. So if I'm able to take all that, then why not, right? I really want to try and travel light here and use Carnival's wash service if possible. So I'm stuck in that dilemma of, do I take 1 bag, 2 bags, 3 bags? I really don't know. I don't know what Scott's bringing with him. Scott usually packs very light. He usually brings 1 bag and calls it a day. Boom. That's all it is. I got to disagree. Kansas City does not have the best barbecue. And I'm only saying that because I ain't never been there. Texas, hands down. I've ate some of the best barbecue in my life in Texas. Just wear all of my clothes on the ship, no bags. Yeah, but Wanda, I don't think that's going to work for the flight. They'll probably make me pay for 2 seats at that point. Now, the wash with Carnival isn't free, but I get a little bit of perks throughout the casino. So I can probably go to the casino host and be like, hey, look, man, I'm on this trip for X amount of days. Are y'all going to cover any of the wash? They probably would. I mean, they're already giving me a great deal as it is with a bunch of free stuff. So I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind doing a couple loads of wash. Carry on the vlogging gear and some other things. That's usually what I do. I usually put all my vlog gear in a backpack and I carry that on with me. And then I get jealous of everyone else that's in the pool because they decided to pack their bathing suits, and here I am with nothing but camera equipment and chargers and bricks, and I'm like, no pool for me because I carried on my camera equipment and didn't put a bathing suit in my backpack. So I got to get a little bit better with packing the camera gear and, you know, potentially throwing like a little packing cube in there with some clothes to be able to access the pool. Things like that. But I really don't want to have to pack a ton of stuff. I want to try and be as minimal as possible. Jennifer tries that. What's going on? So I want to try and be as minimal as possible. I don't want to bring a ton of stuff, but who knows? I'll probably end up taking 4 bags when I really only need to take 2. Blaine, I hope you're feeling better, brother. Get yourself a good night's rest, and I will chat with you tomorrow. Texas has the best barbecue. And listen, I got some good barbecue joints down here, but I've had some of the best barbecue in Texas. I haven't been to Kansas. I do plan on getting to Kansas sometime this year. I think it's in August. I looked at getting out to Kansas. But it wasn't for barbecue. It was for a concert. So who knows? Maybe I'll be able to do some of that as well. Yeah, that's true, Carla. I could wear swimming trunks on embarkation day. And the cool thing about these cruises I have coming up in April are I'm only 45 minutes from the port. So it's not like I have to fly in the day before, or I have to pack bags to make sure it's only 50 pounds per, so that way I can get, you know, everything on the plane with no issues. I'm literally driving to the cruise port. It's leaving out of Tampa, and it's super easy to get to from my house. It's literally a 40-minute ride. I'm dropped at the terminal within seconds. My bags are already checked, and I'm up and inside getting checked in. So it's not even an issue there. It's just the issue when I come back. I want to make sure that, you know, I want to be able to get off the boat and take my stuff with me. That way I can get off and explore Barcelona a lot quicker than having to wait at the terminal and do all that. So we'll see. Yeah, see, that's where it's going to get a little crazy. You're going up to New York and then Seattle. Your terminology was great. A sort of a side by side. I mean, it's a side by side, one side of the country to the other side of the country. But I really I wouldn't call that a side by side cruise. I mean, that's living on the edge. It's making me nervous just thinking about having to do a cruise in New York and then get over to Seattle. So hopefully you gave yourself a day or two in between, so that way you'll be able to make it. Well, I appreciate you liking the live. That was a quick impromptu live with Clayco over there in Disney Springs. You know, the Rooster Man, he's here on business and sent me a message asking to come hang out for a little bit, and that was pretty awesome to be able to go hang out with him. So I took the kids over there, and we went and had a good time over there in Disney Springs. Marsha's going to be in Texas in May. Are you going on a cruise out of Texas in May? "24 hours in between." Well, I mean, that's still a little nerve-wracking. You already got the travel booked. You're feeling good about it. I'm glad you can feel good about it. My palms are getting sweaty thinking about missing a connecting flight or something like that. Yeah, so the weather's not going to be bad. It's in June. I mean, you'll be fine with that. You won't have no issues there with the weather. I want to keep an eye on the time. I don't want to cut into nautical nurse Nancy's time. But yeah, you won't have no issues with the weather. You might have to worry about a gorilla escaping the Bronx Zoo and causing a delay. I mean, depending on where you're flying out of. I was talking with Scott the other day about doing a couple trips where I'll do like a 48-hour city tour of a certain place. Like if I go to New York, do 48 hours in New York, or 48 hours in Seattle, 48 hours in Dallas. So I always said when I moved out of New Jersey and I moved down to Florida, I will never go back to New York. Never go back to New York. Now, the reason I say that is because I used to drive from Philadelphia in a tractor trailer all the way up to New Hampshire and Connecticut every day. So I would drive up to Connecticut. I would meet a guy at the truck stop. We would swap trailers. He would continue on up to New Hampshire, and I would turn around. I'd head back to Philly, but I'd stop at Kearney, New Jersey. I used to take the Cross Bronx Expressway every day. So when I moved to Florida, I was like, yeah, I'm never going back to New York. But now I watch some of the food tours from some of the channels that I follow, and they be in New York and Flushings and be in the best looking dim sum I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, okay, I want to go back to New York. But I only want to go for the food. I don't want to go for the traffic. But the traffic is inevitable. So to get food in New York, you got to deal with traffic. So I don't know. I also said I would never go to Alaska. When I lived up north, I said I will never go on a cruise to Alaska. I live in New Jersey. It's cold. Why do I want to go to Alaska? Well, I'm going to Alaska. It's crazy the things you do when you say you're not going to do it. I said I'd never do Alaska, but for those of you who don't know, I will be going to Alaska. July 27th on the Carnival Luminosa out of Seattle to Alaska. That is going to be an awesome trip as well. I've never seen... I'm just so excited for these trips that I got coming up. I can't wait to get over to Spain. I absolutely loved it when I was there in Vigo and La Coruña. The food, the people, the culture, the atmosphere was absolutely awesome. I'm getting to do it with my buddy Scott. That's going to be awesome too. This is his first time going over to Spain and doing a transatlantic. It's his first time doing it back-to-back. So it's going to be awesome. He gets to experience that as well. Then I have nothing till July. So I was like, well, what can I do that's going to be an awesome trip? I got on, I seen a great offer, and I was like, you know what? Carnival Luminosa out of Seattle, round trip to Alaska. Let's do it. And that's where I'm going in July. So July and August, I'll be hitting Alaska. I have nothing in September. October, I got the booze cruise. I have nothing in November, and I am considering, Wanda, you listening? Because I think you're on this cruise. I'm not 100% sure. I'm considering going on the Carnival Jubilee for the New Year's Eve sailing out of Galveston, Texas. They sent me a great email the other day, and that might be how I end the year of 2023 and start 2024. So that's not 100% in the works yet, but it will complete the XL class that I've been on, and I'll get me a book. And I really enjoy the books. I got the Mardi Gras book. I got the Celebration book. So that'll be a nice way to close out the XL class of ships. Of course, until they build a new one. And yeah, Wanda, that news, like I would have did the same thing, but I was kept out of the loop. I'm not loved enough to be told that they're doing that. But the Jubilee was brought up the other day. Is definitely one that I'm considering because if you've been on the Mardi Gras or if you've been on the Celebration, you just get a completely different carnival vibe on those ships than you do the older, like Vista class or Dream class or anything like that. The XL class ships are just they're competing with the big boys out there. Like they're great ships. The cruise directors are great. The staff is great. The entertainment's great. The food's great, and I've had great experiences on both of those ships. I was on the Mardi Gras, I think 4 times. Now, it's getting crazy because I've only been cruising with Carnival for a little over a year. And that cruise line has jumped up to the top of my list. I've done so many different sailings with them. But I didn't cruise with Carnival until October of 2021. That was my very first October cruise. My very first Carnival cruise. So we're just a little over a year that I've sailed with Carnival. Yeah, Shaq's Big Chicken. Listen, I'm so disappointed in myself that I didn't do it. When we were at Disney Springs, if you're in the Ship Show community group, you've seen that picture that John posted where he was like, they call me the chicken guy. So I took that picture for him, and I was literally going to go there because a few weeks back there was a lot of scuttlebutt about Guy's Chicken Shack. And I was like, well, I got to try it out. I like Guy's Burger, so I got to try out Guy's Chicken Joint. I did not try it out. And you know what the sad part is? It was probably the cheapest place you could have ate at Disney Springs. For like the 5-piece chicken finger combo, it was like $11. But you know what my kids wanted? My kids wanted Planet Hollywood Pizza for $16. So I didn't get to try out Chicken Guy. I got to spend more money at Planet Hollywood on like what looked like to be an Elio's frozen pizza, or a Mama Celeste frozen pizza for 99 cents out of the Walmart freezer section, but I paid $16 for it. The things we do for our kids. Scott, Willie Mays, now listen, if we're talking food off of a cruise ship in like a port that we've been to or a cruise terminal city like New Orleans, hands down, Willie Mays fried chicken, I promise you, it will make you cry. It will absolutely make you cry because it's so crunchy, it's so fresh. Have you ever went to one of those bigger box places and got chicken on the bone and bit into it and all the skin came off? No. Cruising for food, no. Red Baron probably would have been better than this $16 pizza. But anyway, if you bit into the chicken and all the skin fell off, yeah. Willie Mays, complete opposite. It's so juicy, so crunchy. When you bite into it, that little section of skin is all that breaks off. So you're getting crunchy skin in every bite, crunchy breading in every bite, juicy chicken in every bite. I had juice dripping down the elbows. I'm over there trying to lick all the grease off my elbows. That chicken was so good. It make your tongue slap your brain. It's that good. Like, if you've never been to Willie Mae Scotch House in New Orleans, you have to go there. Now, be on the lookout. There's some places that use the same type of name, but it's not owned by the same people. The last name may be spelled wrong, or the first name may be spelled wrong, Willie or Willy. So go to the right one in the Tremé Parish. It's called Willie Mae Scotch House. The food is phenomenal. The service is great. It's a little pricey, but it is absolutely well worth it, and you'll walk out of there very, very happy. Don't worry, Carla. We will make sure you get that Jubilee book. So, but it's the little things like that that make me happy. I enjoy good food, great friends, stiff drinks, and just a good time all around. And you can find that on any single cruise ship you go on. I'll find it on the Pride in 40-some days. I don't know how many days it was, Scott. I don't remember. 46 days, 48 days, whatever it may be. I will find out on the Pride, and that'll be my first time on the Carnival Pride. So I'm excited about that too. But I know a lot of you have upcoming cruises, different cruise lines, back-to-backs, side-to-sides, upside-downs, inside-outs, whatever it may be. I hope you all have a great time. I hope you all have a great trip. I hope you all have just an experience of a lifetime. I know I'm going to. I know I'm going to enjoy it with the boys. It's the second annual Boats and Bros for the first 4 days. My boys are coming in from North Carolina. They're coming in from Georgia, Kansas, Texas. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be an absolute great time, and I can't wait for that to happen. You know, it stinks it's only 5 minutes. Stinks it's only 4 days. But it's going to be a great time regardless. We're going to hit up Paradise Beach. while we're in Cozumel instead of Mr. Sancho's, because I wanted to do Paradise Beach for the Vloggers cruise, but I was outnumbered, so I did Mr. Sancho's. And I agreed that we were doing Paradise Beach when we did the Boats and Bros. Wanda, you already know about the conversation from yesterday. Girls cruise, I'll be there in drag. Don't you worry. I got your back. Yes, queen. But y'all, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes until Nautical Nurse Nancy goes live. So do me a favor. If you're on my live, just go over and like rate her. Be like, hey, I know you're all going over there anyway, but make me feel special. Be like, hey, came over from the Naughty Cruisers live. Yeah. Make me feel special. Just make me feel a little special. And if you haven't done so, I have the settings to where you don't have to be a subscriber to comment. If you haven't done so, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help the channel out tremendously. And I'm so close to 1K. So close. So close to that 1,000 mark. I can literally taste it. I am literally right there. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for jumping in. I'm going to end this live stream so I can give y'all a couple minutes. Get some drinks. Go to the bathrooms. I'm the Naughty Cruiser. That's who I am. I am the Naughty Cruiser. And Wanda, I caught that in the beginning of the live, so I'll make sure I do that next time. I just didn't want to call myself out by reading your comments. I'll do it now since we're almost here. I am the Naughty Cruiser. And until next time, y'all know what to do. Stay naughty. Peace.